Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the TACCOM three-stage buffer system that's in this custom Palmetto PX9. Okay, so this is their custom one. As you can see, it's got some extra artwork on it, right? It is the desert camel pattern. Okay, it did have an upgraded bolt. Okay, this one didn't come with a match grade trigger, so it was $1,100 without the match grade trigger. They also sell it with, which is $1,200. And it has this TACCOM three-stage bolt. Now, the question is, why would you need some type of a different buffering system? Well, here's the thing. With 9mm ARs, even though they look like ARs, the operating system is completely different. It's basically a very large 22. Okay, so it's a direct blowback, just like a Ruger 1022 is, or Ruger Mark IV. The bolt doesn't rotate or tilt or do anything to lock the bolt in place. Okay, so here's the thing: when the gun goes bang, bolt comes out the barrel. Something needs to slow down this bolt enough for the bolt to get out of the barrel before the bolt starts moving back. Okay? If that is not done, right, what happens is you can have an out of battery discharge, right? One of the things I noticed with this PX9 here, this was actually one of my first PX9s, is this came standard with a 4-ounce buffer weight. When I was shooting this lefty, right, I would notice that there was a lot of gas coming out over here. So the buffer weight, all right, the weight of the bolt and the buffer weight and the buffer spring was just enough, barely enough to slow down the bolt long enough for the bolt to get out the barrel. But you know, it was barely doing it, and there was a lot of gas coming out, coming out and hitting me in the face. So what I did with this is I put in an 8-ounce Expo buffer weight. Okay, it actually has a very crude look to it, but it does the job. All right, so this one's brand new, never been used. All right, so that's the Expo 8-ounce buffer weight. If you have any of these Palmetto PX9s, the easiest, cheapest thing to do is just get that. I think it's something like $30 or $40. It's gonna solve a lot of your problems. It's gonna keep the gun from getting beat up, right? Because with this gun over here, within 2,000 rounds, I was breaking extractors. I broke the hammer pin. So I had issues because of that violent blowback. Recoil that was happening. When I put the 8-ounce in there, what was happening is that extra weight was slowing down the bolt just enough that the bolt would get out the barrel, and I stopped having problems. Okay, so that will fix your problem. However, this one over here came with this different system. Let's open this up and let's take a closer look at it. Okay, so there it is. All right, so what we got here? So first of all, there's this little plastic cap at the end. All right, let's take the spring out. Okay, so here's where the magic is. Basically, you've got a springy side here, and you also got a springy side there. This side's a lot stiffer. Let's open this up. Okay, so there's your buffer weight, right, by itself. All right, and then what happens is this goes in there, this spring goes in there, and then this goes over there. So you've got soft cushion there, very stiff cushion over here, right? And then you also got the buffer weight itself, right? So that's your 3-stage, right? 3 levels of resistance, basically. And then you put this plastic cap on the end. You're probably going to want to keep that there, because otherwise you've got this spike over here hitting the back of your buffer tube. Okay, let's put this back in the gun. Okay, so let's talk about this. Do I like it? Don't I like it? It definitely does the job of slowing down the bolt, giving the bullet a chance to get out. When I shoot this lefty, I definitely no issues with gases coming out. Very light recoil. I mean, this system over here the recoil on this is much lighter than, these are the same gun basically, right? These are both 16-inch Palmetto PX9s. The recoil on this one is much more stiffer than the recoil on this one. Okay, so it is very light recoiling, and so it makes sense for that to be in the gun that has a match grade trigger that I got a magnifier on that I'm trying to shoot distance at. The one drawback is the bolt will not come back far enough for me to lock this bolt open, right? So I cannot lock the bolt open. I have heard people say that if you take out some of those pieces, it will be able to travel back far enough so that you can lock it open. I tried taking out like one or two and it wasn't working for me. I couldn't get it to lock back open, and I really didn't want to invest that much more effort in trying to figure out how to do it, because you know what, I like shooting it the way it is. I do like the lighter recoil for this shooting at distance. Okay, now I'm happy to have one in this premium gun. I wouldn't change those guns, right? I'm quite happy with the 8-ounce buffer weights that are in those guns. They work good. These are guns that I use to train people, so these guns like literally do like thousands of rounds. So these are basically beater guns, very good, reliable beater guns, but these are guns I just do lots of rounds. That's a gun that only I shoot basically. So with the 8-ounce buffer weight, yeah, it does the job pretty good. The only place where I've had an issue with the 8-ounce buffer weight is with because that's a 16-inch, that's a 10-inch. I got 7.5-inch, no problem. When I put this 4-inch upper on that lower with the 8-ounce buffer weight, first of all, when I had it with the 3-ounce, I was having the 4-ounce. When I tried it with the 4-ounce, I was definitely having problems. When I tried it with the 8-ounce, it was working pretty good. And then at some point, I started having some issues, right? And then I just put some gun oil into it, and then it was working fine. All right, so it definitely, if you got one of these 4 ounces, if you got one of these 4-inch PX9 barrels, and you're having issues, just try throwing some gun oil into it. But it's working pretty good with the 8-ounce buffer weight. I've done other videos on this. You could just do a search online, PX9 4-inch, my channel name, and you'll see tons of Palmetto videos that I have done. All right, so the TACCOM 3-stage, yeah, it's good, does its job, lightens up the recoil, gives the bullet a chance to get out the barrel before the bolt starts moving back. Only downside is that you cannot lock the gun open. Now, these PX9s do not lock open on the last round anyway, okay? So the only the only thing that you're losing is the ability to lock open the gun at the beginning, right? And sometimes I do want to have the gun locked open. That's why for training people, I prefer to use these, use these guns that just have like the 4-ounce or the 8-ounce buffer weight. But when I want to do some distance shooting, I use this guy because I can shoot it with the magnifier, right? Take this out to 200 yards, switch this off, switch over to some close targets. One of the great things I love about these 9mm ARs is that you can shoot steel up close. Okay, those targets over there are about 50 feet. You can't shoot steel targets at 50 feet with 5.56. This is ideal. I can sit here and I could do that. I don't destroy the targets. All right. So it's a great training gun that gives you about like 95%. It allows you to practice about 95% of the things that you would be practicing on an AR-15. But you can also do distance shooting at 200 yards. You can do quickly transition to up close CQB type of stuff. The only drawback is that with the standard ones, doesn't lock open on the last round, right? If you got the 8-ounce buffer weight in here, and if you use the TACCOM 3-stage buffer system, you can't even lock the gun open at the beginning of the exercise. Okay, so you got to work around this. The procedure that I have adopted, right, when I want to do a magazine change, right? Normally, let's say I'm working with one of these guns that lock open on the last round, right? I open up my gun, put the safety on, put my magazine in, okay, right? Close the gun, right? So I'm shooting, right? Bang, 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 bang. Gun goes click, right? Click, click, okay? So here's the thing. What I do, the system that I have adopted, okay, is first I'll take out the magazine. I'll basically run the charging handle to look in my chamber to make sure I didn't get a jam. Put the next magazine in, chamber, okay? The reason why, because on a regular AR-15 that locks open on the last round, right, what happens is normally it locks open. So from here, you just rotate it. You see that you've got empty magazine, empty chamber, drop it, put the next one in, hit your bolt release, you're ready to go. Right, so on an actual AR, on a real AR-15, it locks open on the last round. So it saves you that step. Because this gun doesn't lock open on that last round, okay, I need to verify that the gun's not jammed, right? Because, you don't know, right? So take out the magazine, look in the chamber, right? At that point, I'll usually put my safety on, put this in, get the next one in there. Right, safety's on now at this point, and I'm ready to keep doing whatever I'm doing, okay? So I hope you guys found this video interesting. Yeah, that's our TACCOM 3-stage buffer system. I do believe that they also have a different system. That's the one I have, so that's the one we're talking about. So thanks for watching. If you're not a member of my channel, subscribe. Also find me on Odyssey. Just look up my channel name. I'm over there. Very happy that all of my YouTube videos have transferred over to Odyssey, all 1,400 of them, right? Actually, it's up to 1,470 at this point. So you can check out my videos over there. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon.